Okay, so your atrial flagellates are under the class of Zoomastigochorea. And you have your Giardia duodenalis. So before, it was known as your Giardia lamblia or Giardia intestinalis. But now it is known as your Giardia duodenalis. So if you identify it during the short practicals, you should write Giardia duodenalis. Okay? You also have your chiromastic messi, Dientamoeba fragilis, Trichomonas hominis, Trichomonas vaginalis, and your Trichomonas tenax. Okay. So, as you can see yan, meron tayong video that shows you the movement, the different movements of your atrial flagellates because of the presence of their flagella. Okay? And for this one, you have your Dientamoeba fragilis. So this is under your atrial flagellates, but it does not have your flagella, but instead it has pseudopodia, no? Like your entamoebas. Okay, so your atrial flagellates, some of them can exist in cyst and trophozoid form, like your entamoebas, no? So this includes your Giardia duodenalis, your chiromastic messi, and your Dientamoeba fragilis. And your Trichomonas are the ones that exist only in your trophozoid form. So the infective stage of your Trichomonas will also be your trophozoid. Diba? Kasi it only exists in trophozoid form. However, in your other atrial flagellates, because it has a cyst and trophozoid form, so the infective stage is the cyst form. Okay? So the only medically important atrial flagellates are the following, no? Your Giardia duodenalis, your Dientamoeba fragilis, and your Trichomonas vaginalis. They are said to be pathogenic because they cause symptoms once they are acquired by an individual. Okay. We go now to your to one by one atrial flagellates. Okay. So first is your Giardia duodenalis cyst. So this one has an ovoid or pear-shaped cyst, and what you should look at or what you should be aware of is the presence of the retracted cytoplasm, because this is diagnostic for your Giardia duodenalis. So the red arrow shows you the retracted cytoplasm. So ito. Okay? And sorry. And you have nuclei. So sometimes it can be 2, but mature ones have 4 nuclei. Also, you will note of the presence of their curved bristles known as your axonemes, as shown with the green arrow. Okay, this is an actual unstained microscopic view of your Giardia duodenalis. So, maliit siya pag tinignan niyo siya sa microscope din. But in closer view, you will see the retracted cytoplasm. So that is diagnostic for your Giardia duodenalis. And the presence of the bristles or your axonemes. So you also need to move the fine adjustment knob to be able to appreciate more the presence of the bristles in the or your axonemes in your Giardia duodenalis cyst. Okay, next is your Giardia duodenalis trophozoid. So because this is a trophozoid, so this is bigger than the cyst. Okay, and its shape is symmetrical or pear-shaped, as you can see in the illustration. So it has a rounded anterior and attenuated posterior. So para siyang yung shape niya ito. anterior and attenuated posterior. So, ganyan siya. No? And it has the presence of the sucking disc, which is a shallow concavity with a notch posterior used for attachment. So, you will learn in your lecture that your Georgia duodenalis is attached because of the presence of this sucking disc. That is why it can resist the peristalsis or the movement of the intestine. So, na-attach siya because of the presence of your sucking disc. And in your trophozoid cord, it only has 2 nuclei. So, dalawa lang. Unlike in your cyst, pwedeng dalawa, pwedeng 4. No? So, this is also characteristic of your trophozoid, Georgia duodenalis trophozoid, old man with eyeglasses appearance. So, it looks like eyes kasi dalawa lang yung kanyang nuclei. Okay? And it has 4 pairs of flagella that can be located anterior, lateral, ventral, and in the posterior part. So, what the flagella, we cannot, because it's a thin hairline, no? Hindi siya masyadong nakikita sa inyong na ganyan, na hiwa-hiwalay. Okay? So, there is also the presence of your paranasal bodies. And this is how it looks like, no? So this is the actual view. This is a stained specimen, and this one is closer, medyo closer. But hindi lang masyadong clear from this view, but in the microscope, you will be able to see this one. So kaya siya tinawag na old man with eyeglasses kasi kita-kita nyo yung dalawang nuclei niya. So you also have to the fine adjustment to be able to appreciate it. So it has a sucking disc, but what you will truly see is the presence of the old man with eyeglasses nuclei. Okay? And the presence of the flagella. But usually, nasa dulo yung flagella niya. Okay? And it is said to have falling leaf or gliding kite-like motion. So, yan yung inyong Georgia duodenalis trophozoid. So, falling leaf or gliding kite-like motion. Okay. Next is your chiromastis misnili. So, you have their trophozoid form, also pear-shaped, and this is asymmetric because of the presence of your spiral groove at the posterior end. So, it has only an anteriorly located nucleus. Okay? And your chiromastis misnili, this has your cytostome. So, this one is a constricted part near the nucleus, and it is said to have your hourglass shape appearance. Okay? And along with your cytostome is the presence of your flagella. So you can also see granular fluid vacuoles inside your chiromastis misnili trophozoid. So this is your chiromastis misnili trophozoid. You have one nucleus, the presence of your flagella, and cytoplasm with your food vacuoles. Okay, so your chiromastis misnili is said to have your corkscrew or boring motion. So medyo mas mabagal yung kanyang motility, and also as you can see here, yan na. Parang nagsispiral siya, corkscrew or boring motion. So, the cyst of your chiromastis misnili is different from your Georgia duodenalis because it is said to have pear or lemon-shaped cyst because of the presence of an eagle-like protrusion. So, as you can see there, it's lemon shape or nipple-like projection is seen, no? And the cytoplasm is granular, usually separated from the wall at the narrower end with a single large vesicular. No, rarely daw makita na to, but this is usually single nuclei for your chiromastic Smith-Levy cyst. There is also the presence of the cytosol inside the cyst. So that is your chiromastic Smith-Levy. As you can see, it has a nipple-like projection. So the cyst is really different from your other cysts, like your Giardia duodenalis. No? So because of its lemon shape with the presence of nipple-like projection and one nucleus. Okay. Next is your Trichomonas vaginalis. Again, your Trichomonas vaginalis exists only in your trophozoite form. So it has no cyst form. It is also pear-shaped and it has one large nucleus at the anterior part. There is also the presence of your undulating membrane. And what you can see here is the diagnostic siderophilic granules inside the cytoplasm. So it has what you call your siderophilic granules. And like your other flagellates, it also has flagella. So hindi naman natin siya makikita lang ganyan hiwa-hiwalay. So most of the time like that, no? So this is your Trichomonas vaginalis stain specimen. You have one nucleus, your undulating membrane with the axostyle, and your cytoplasm filled with siderophilic granules. So parang madaming laman ng loob niya because of the siderophilic granules. Okay? And as you can see the flagella, as I said, hindi siya katulad dun sa drawing na hiwa-hiwalay. No? Sometimes parang nagdidilig siya, but that is your flagella for your Trichomonas vaginalis. So your Trichomonas vaginalis has your jerky tumbling motion. So, sino dito method? So, wala ka tanong, huwag yung what I will just say is that you can see it in the urinalysis. No? Sometimes it can be incidental finding that you see something moving, no, in the urine specimen, and that is actually your Trichomonas vaginalis. Ulitin natin, no? Pag nagtingin ka, ganyan yung makikita mo, parang yung mga gumagalaw-galaw. Kala mo bacteria siya, pero hindi, no? So that is your Trichomonas vaginalis exhibiting your jerky tumbling motion. Okay, so because this is found in the vaginal, actually in the urinary system. So pwede din kasi magkakaroon ng Trichomonas vaginalis sa lalaki, hindi lang siya sa babae. So this is sexually transmitted infection, and the specimen for diagnosis is usually your urine, no? So that is for your Trichomonas vaginalis. Okay, next and last one for this atrial flagellates is your dientomy of fragilis. As we said, this does not have your flagella. Okay, so this is slightly bigger, okay, 5 to 12 micrometers. Sometimes it can also have the highest at which is your 22 micrometers in diameter. And it has your hyaline lobose angular broadleaf-like serrated margin appearance. So your trophozoite has pseudopodia. And what you should look at is the presence of your 1 or 2 nuclei with 4 to 8 karyosome. this is usually described as tetracoxic or fragmented karyosome. So this is what you should find if you have a Dientamoeba fragilis chromosome, the tetracoxic fragmented nuclei. Okay, so this is your Dientamoeba fragilis. As you can see, you have your pseudopodia, and this is the nuclei. No? If you look at it under the microscope, move the fine adjustment only, and you will be able to see the tetracoxic nuclei. Okay? Do you have any questions for your apial flagellates? Because if not, we will proceed with the hemoflagellates.